Yo, what is going on, everybody? Executives here, coming at you with how to start on RetroWoW from start to finish in terms of gear and setup and everything. So first thing you're going to want to do is obviously download Vanilla WoW Classic. Now from there, you're going to want to open your folder and open up the realmlist WTF file and make sure that this says exactly as it is here, setrealmlist logon.retro-wow.com. Now once you've done that, you're going to want to make an account on retrowow.com, and if you've already done that, you're going to go ahead and start up RetroWoW. Once you have your character created, we're going to go ahead and log in. Now if you have any add-ons, or if you're brand new to Vanilla WoW, you won't have any add-ons, but generally there's going to be a lot of add-ons in your face, so don't worry about that, just close out. So now we're here in RetroWoW. This is a fresh character. The first thing you're going to want to do is train your spells. Now all of these spells are free to train. It's an instant level 60 server, so you're just going to find your trainer and then just spam click all your spells until you're done. I recommend also, while you're doing this, maybe look up a guide on what spec you are, what spec you're going to want to spec into, if that makes any sense. So if you're an arms warrior, if you're a fury warrior, if you're a frost mage, if you're a destruction warlock, whatever it is, you're going to go ahead and want to look up a guide on your talents and your pre-raid best in slot. I'll get into a little bit of that later. So I'm not going to train every spell, but once you've trained your spells, then you're going to go ahead and want to spec. Now look on google.com, go on Google Images, type in Vanilla WoW Fury Warrior PvE spec, and I'm sure there's an image screenshot on what you want to spec into. So I'm just going to quickly spec. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Next, what you're going to want to do is go to bags and miscellaneous vendor here. You're going to want to pick up 4 of these bottomless bags, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go ahead and equip these just by right clicking on the bags and pressing OK. Also, you can delete or sell this forest mushroom cap here. Let me turn off all these add-ons. Then if you are, depending on what your class is, and you require some sort of fire totem or some sort of librum or something, you're going to want to purchase that while you're also at this vendor. Fellcloth bag, totems, librums, whatever it is, you're going to want to purchase that. Soul shards, they all stack to 200. Next, you're going to want to pick up food. So there's these thing called fruit cakes right here, and they stack of 200. So you're going to shift and right click on this, and then type in 200 and press enter, and you'll get the 200 food. Now this is better than any food you'll find on RetroWoW. Restores 5% of your maximum health and mana every second for 20 seconds, so it's very good. Then if you're a hunter or something, pick up a quiver, some arrows, whatever you need, ink, ankh, sacred candles, whatever it is, pick it up here. Then what you're not going to want to do is you're not going to talk to this vendor and get the Dungeon 1 starter set, as the last thing you want to do is run around in full D1 because that is not ideal. You're going to want to look up a guide on your pre-raid best in slot for your class, and then you're going to want to come over to these vendors over here, all these goblin dudes, and buy the gear. Also, before you do that, I think my screen froze a little bit, you're going to want to train in the weapons. So just talk to these 3 weapon trainers here, weapon masters, and train in every weapon you can. Everything is free to train, and all this gear from these vendors are all free to buy, so you don't have to worry about gold or anything. Then you're going to go basically from helm to trinkets, buy all of your pre-raid best in slot gear here. Again, by looking up a guide. There's a ton of written guides on old Nostalrius forums, on New Elysium forums. I've even done a Fury Warrior pre-raid best in slot guide for gear. There's several variations of each chest piece and boots and trinkets and rings you can get, so just try and pick the ideal ones. Next, after you're done with all the gear, there's main hand weapons, ranged weapons, bows, and everything. You're going to want to pick up your gear here. Now again, make sure you guys do your research on this, because last thing you want to do is go into a raid with like a weapon like Show Rush's blade when you can get both Dalrens for free. So there's pretty much every single piece of pre-raid best in slot gear that's blue, you're able to buy, you're able to get from these vendors for free. So you really want to utilize that. Even if it's like stuff like Savage Gladiator or I don't know, Magister stuff, whatever it is, you're going to want to pick it up. Now, after all that, you got your pre-raid best in slot gear, you trained all your spells, you spec'd into your talents and correct trees and stuff, you trained in all your weapon skills, you're going to want to type .max skill. Now what this will do is this will max out your defense, this will max out all of your weapon skill, this will max out everything, and it's very helpful for you. Now you need 15 minutes of play time to talk, but once you get that, then that's what you're going to want to do. Then you drag all your spells onto your bars and you get ready to raid. Now the first I'll introduce raids is, it pretty much goes in terms of like easiness, goes Onyxia, AQ20, probably ZG, BWL, AQ40, Naxxramas. So you're going to want to start off with those lower tiers. Once you have your pre-raid best in slot all purchased and stuff, you're going to want to start out with those lower tier raids. So Onyxia, AQ20, Zul'Gurub, those are all super easy raids. Now, for those of you who don't know, every single raid on this server is 5-man. Now there's 400 people online, which is actually pretty popular for this server. So imagine that. Imagine only needing 4 other people for you to join a raid. It's very easy to get a raid started. Yeah, there's people who spam in /yell, and then also if you do /join and then world, you will be able to join the world chat, and then people here do looking for group Onyxia, starters welcome, or you can make your own group and reserve stuff like that. So you want to start raiding. Also, I'm going to introduce the PvP stuff as well. The Battle Masters are over here, and this allows you to queue up for Arathi Basin, Warsong Gulch, Alterac Valley. Warsong Gulch is the most popular, so I recommend queuing up into that if you want a PvP. And then this is where you're able to trade in PvP tokens for the rank 10, the rank 13, and the rank 14 gear. So basically every HK is 1 PvP token, and then you're able to turn in 100 PvP tokens for the correct pieces of gear, like the Legionnaire's legs and stuff like that. Now, before you do that, what I would highly recommend is come over to this PvP quest vendor here. Now, he has a quest called Mark of Honor Attunements. Basically, you turn in 100 PvP tokens into this gentleman, and then once you do that, you're now attuned. So now you can trade in your Warsong Gulch Marks of Honor, 10 of them, for 1,000 gold, which is very helpful. So that's the first thing I do, is I'd get attuned through this vendor right here. Then after I do that, I'd either save my marks for some rank 14 gear, or I would you save your marks for some PvP gear, and then you turn in your Warsong Gulch Marks of Honor for 1,000 gold. So 10 of them equals 1,000 gold. Also, there's a few other stuff here. Some PvP quests. You can turn in 100 PvP tokens for enchants. There's also other quests. Now, on this server, unfortunately, you can buy gear and donate. So all the vendors here are you're all able to purchase pretty much every piece of item for a certain amount of gold. Now, I don't necessarily agree with this, but it is something that is in the game, so you can take advantage of it. So by farming a lot of PvP, you're able to purchase, you're able to basically get full best in slot gear without ever raiding, if you PvP enough. You're also able to buy tabards, class books, crafting materials, whatever it is, you're able to purchase through these vendors. So yeah, this is just a very basic guide on how to start on RetroWoW. You gotta train your spells, select your specialization, train your weapons, get your pre-raid best in slot. Do not get the warrior starter gear. This stuff sucks on any class. It's just very bad. You don't want to be like this guy running around in full Magister's Dungeon 1 set. It's not good, trust me. You want to get your pre-raid best in slot to get that extra strength, that extra spell power. One last thing I wanted to mention is that if you're a rogue, there's a poison vendor over here. So you're able to purchase all your poisons, and your poisons will already be maxed out if you type .max skill So you're able to purchase all the poisons, as well as there are morphs in this game. So there's the Christmas morphs over here, and then if you come to these guys over here, actually I think it's these guys over here, yeah, the pirates, they're able to morph you. There's a Mr. Morph and a Mrs. Morph, which allows you to morph into any class that you want. It's just a visual thing. There's no benefit. You don't gain the racial or anything. It's just all visual, and yeah, it's pretty cool. There's also quests and other stuff you can do, but I think I'll get into that. The target dummies are over here. Once they render and train, the target dummies are over here, so you can practice your rotation, your spells and stuff. There's 3 dudes over here, and then 1 solo guy over here for the boss. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I will come out with an advanced guide if needed, covering stuff like Naxxramas, Tier 3 attunement, Ashara Crater attunement, Core Hound Farm, stuff like that. I might come out in a different video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.